Okay, guys, I'm working on another old shotgun. I'm gonna have to put you on pause. What I've got is a old Mart shotgun. This particular model is made in Brazil. I think some of them were made in other countries, but imported by Kmart. We're going to be using the True Oil, and I always like putting this on my hands or my gloves and rubbing it in. Now, this particular this particular shotgun was in a fire, and it belongs to a friend of mine, and he saw my other shotgun being done and asked if I wouldn't mind doing his. All right, after I get a good coating on there, let that soak in. And I like to do it all. It's down in these grooves, especially, as far as I can reach. But if you know anything about True Oil, this stuff hardens up and makes a beautiful finish. And I was really surprised at the grain in this wood. I think it's got pretty good grain texture. Kind of almost like a walnut or a maple maybe. But it's not, and it's gonna be like that, and that'll dry. And what I'll do next is I'll take, after it dries, I'm gonna sand it down with 400. Then I'll come back with another coating, and I'll put another coating on there and sand it down with 800 if I got any. But anyway, work my way down to 1200. So that's the 4-end piece. I haven't got the stock butt end of it ready for its coat yet, but we're working on it. All right, I believe we got the stock ready for some True Oil. Guys, when you buy this stuff, you use it one time, get ready to get a pair of pliers to take it off, the cap back off of it, because it doesn't like to set up and come off easy. What nicks and dings that were in this that I couldn't get out, I was pretty sure that this True Oil is going to fill in what I didn't or couldn't get. And what I'll do is, when I sand it back down and get all the runs out of it and all that good stuff, and it should fill those little dings in, little scratches that I couldn't get out. This fire, I think, was probably like 20 years ago this gun was in, and when I started sanding this stuff down, you could still smell the smoke from the fire in this thing. You get one more good wet coat on that. This gets slicker each time I do this. Coat all the parts. That's some pretty decent wood for a cheap shotgun. It's some pretty grain. Anyway, we'll catch you on my next step here. And that's not the end of the video, but it'll be the end of this step. And you guys hang in there with me. See how it goes. All right, now our first coat is dry. As you can see, I hope you can see, I'm trying. We got a lot of the grain filled in. Now we're gonna hit it with some 1200. The first one was with 400. And this one's gonna be 1200, and we're gonna smooth this out and try to get all those grains filled in. And then we're gonna put a second coat on it. And she should start looking like glass. Anyway, that's what we're hoping for. I'm just lightly doing this. Because what I want is just a really smooth surface, and you can see where the grain is filled in and where you didn't. So we're going to keep going until we get all that took off and smoothed down to where it looks like one smooth surface. And then we'll put our second coat on. But I'm going to take all this gloss off the top of it where it looks dingy. And you can feel the runs where I put that on there. It won't take as much on the second coat as it did the first one. And I'll be able to control what runs and what doesn't. The paper feels like it's still working. All I'm wanting to do is take its sheen off where it looks like it's just real sandy, or not sandy, you know what I mean, a real dull look. It's starting to get there. We'll get you back when I'm finished with it. I forgot to mention to you while you're doing this, and you're looking down your wood here, looking for that dullness. It may not look like it at first. I know I can't tell if the camera's gonna pick that up or not, but it looks like I've got a high and low spot right in here. I'll try to move it around so where you can see it. I don't believe it's gonna pick it up, but right in there, it looks like it's high and low, but your fingers won't lie to you. So after you use the paper, use your fingers to go across it and see if you feel that. If you can feel it, then you still got some more sanding to go. But right now, I can't feel anything on this. It just feels completely smooth. And I'm double checking all the way around, and the only place I can feel right now so far is right in there. And right in here. So what I normally do, you know, when I'm going with the grain, I'll come in and crisscross. And a lot of times that'll help you smooth out those spots that you feel that are still there. You don't have to do a lot of pressure, just maintain contact on the wood. Now, all that feels good now, but you can see parts of it where it looks like you still got some shininess, but that's your low spots. And the paper's not gotten down to that. So we're going to let that settle and come back with a second coating. Let that second coating catch up with the low spots on this wood. And speaking of the wood, I did some checking to see what kind of wood this was, and it's a Brazilian cherry. It has a Spanish name for it, but it's also known as Brazilian cherry or tiger wood. Not the golfer, of course. It all feels good now. Now all I got to do now is the end part. And I can get that stock out and start working on the stock. We'll bring you back in a minute. Now we're going to start on the stock butt end part. And I don't know if you can see that, but these places where you hang it up and the gravity's going to pull that stuff down, that true oil down, and you'll see runs, but we're not going to put as much on the second and third coats. And I hope you guys can see all this. You can just see the imperfections. There you go. There's a good shot of it. But what we're going to do is we're going to do like we did the other part. I mean, this feels rough as a cob right now. And when we get through sanding this, she'll be good and smooth. I'll come right back to you. Okay, we got this sanded down. I don't know if you can see all this, but a lot of this is scratches that the true oil is filled in. And especially right here, these are little nicks. And everybody knows that the butt end of the rifle, there's another one. I've used a steam to get a lot of those dings out of it, but the butt end of the rifle always catches hell for some reason. I guess because people lean it up against it and against a doorway or whatever, or put it in a gun rack. But a lot of these, it looks like imperfections in the wood were actually scratches. The true oil is seeped in there, and after it's hardened and I smooth it down, you can't even feel that. So second coat's gonna make that blend in, and you won't be able to feel it or see it. And we'll do again on the third coat, same as this, just like that. You can see that right there, but you can't feel it. So there's one spot right there I need to take care of. Oh yeah, it's a lot better. All right, we'll get to working on this second coat. And I might have to wait until tomorrow. It's been raining, and I don't like putting that stuff on when the moisture content's high. So we'll probably wait until tomorrow and set it out in the sun, let the sun dry that true oil. I had to put it in the garage last night because it started raining on it shortly after I put that first coat on, and it took it forever to dry out. So we may wait until tomorrow to put that second coat on, but this is going to look really good. I was amazed. I thought the wood would be kind of light in color, but after I took the old varnish and stuff off, it's a natural dark wood. What I read about it is it's a pretty dense wood and sturdy wood. They compare it to a lot of walnut, and I could see it kind of reminded me of a nut tree. There's one dent right there I didn't get out. I'm hoping I can get that covered up in the second coat. But we'll bring you back whenever I start to put the second coat on here and show you what it looks like. Video. This wood is called tiger wood or Brazilian cherry, one or the other. And pictures I don't think did it justice. You can see it actually glows. The stripings in the wood actually glows. I don't know why they would cover that up with dark stain, but anyway, that's what she's looking like so far. Okay, here's my version of an antique shotgun. I want you to look at this stock. Sunlight glistens off of that stock. The wood grain, it's almost like a curly maple. I got this gun now. She had real bad fire damage right here, and I wasn't sure it was going to take any kind of bluing at all, and what I ended up doing was like an antique bluing, and I think it really done this gun proud.